Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we wanted to walk you through our birth story. So on Monday, basically we were on the couch watching Netflix, and I told you that I think that my water broke. And I think you were looking to see if you could see water, right?
Yeah.
But you couldn't see anything. Did
No,
you
I could see that the pyjama got a little bit wet. And I went into the bathroom and brought some towels, which was not sufficient, I think. Then I brought the water resistant thing that we bought for the baby.
And you could see a bit of like water and a little bit of blood, right?
Yeah.
On it. And we knew from the prenatal classes that if the water is clear or like pinkish, you can actually like take a shower and eat and then go to the hospital. I'm looking to the left because the baby is sleeping and she might wake up soon. So I showered, right?
Yeah.
And you called the emergency?
Yeah. It was not the emergency.
No.
I think it was the maternity. Yeah. And then they said that we can come whenever we want, and I said that we will go in 15 minutes. Then you changed your clothes and we packed our stuff and then drove to the hospital.
Yeah, I took a little clip on the way to the hospital, so I'm gonna insert where we have small clips. We didn't focus on filming so much, but wherever there are some small clips, I will insert them. My water just broke. We are pretty sure of it, I mean. And we are on our way to the hospital. We are coming to get you, baby boo. And as always, there are cars in our parking way. But the contractions haven't started yet, so I'm still in good spirits. And here is exciting. And yeah, when we got to the hospital, did they take us immediately?
No. I mean, we went to the
5th floor to the maternity.
And
we waited.
We waited for like half an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
No?
I don't know. Was it on Friday that we waited?
Yeah, I don't remember now. Yeah, I don't remember. I'll check.
Yeah, you can go check on her. If she doesn't go back to sleep, you can bring her, we can feed her. But yeah, so we went to the 5th floor, and basically my contractions hadn't started yet. So they did monitoring for half an hour, and they could see like a couple of contractions. You can bring her here, I can feed her. Breastfeeding break. So someone wanted to make an appearance on camera. We will show you the baby later. But yeah, basically, so there they did, they confirmed that my water broke, and they did monitoring. I don't know if we filmed there.
I filmed the heartbeat, I think.
Yeah.
Her heartbeat, yeah.
But everything looked good, and I think she's hungry. And I think there were 1 or 2 contractions. Let's feed her.
She wants to say something. Okay.
It's me. I'll just bring my legs.
You come, my shy. Are you commercial? No, you're not shy of anything.
So, where were yeah, there were just a couple of contractions there, and they just put the catheter in my hand because they said that if I go into labor, I will need it for like any hydration, or if I need oxytocin, or I don't know what else they put.
Emergency C-section.
Or emergency C-section. And then we waited for a bit until they took us to the room, right? Then we waited because we were like, what are we waiting for?
Yeah. Maybe it took an hour and a half, the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah. And so then we went to the room, and there it was like, I don't think we ever filmed that room, but basically can you bring the burp cloth? But yeah, basically we each had a bed, which was good because we could both rest. And during the night we managed to sleep.
But you had contractions.
But yeah, my contractions started and they were like every 10 to 15 minutes, give or take. But quite irregular, or like, yeah, relatively irregular. And to be honest, I don't remember the night midwife, but do you remember her? No. But the day midwife that we had was quite nice. Like at some point she brought me a yoga ball. She was quite nice. It's just that during the day my contractions never got like frequent enough because they wanted them every 5 minutes.
Every 2 minutes for active labor?
And
every 5 minutes to go in the labor room.
Exactly. And during the day, I think I filmed. Did I film breakfast or lunch or both?
I don't know. Everything.
So
dinner. Like our holidays.
The food was pretty bad, to be honest. Like the breakfast was the first day, like 2 slices of bread, coffee, butter and jam. Luckily there's a cafe in the hospital, so Hur went there and got me a chocolate croissant.
So Reluca's breakfast arrived. Here is what they have. Some bread, honey, butter and coffee. It's everything Reluca loves.
I don't eat literally.
Reluca eats these every day for breakfast.
I don't eat this. Okay. The night was okay. With contractions every 7 to 10 minutes ish. For the moment, still manageable. And we are still waiting. They haven't come in to do a check to see the stage of birth or give us any feedback on anything. Lunch. Here you see the menu in French. Oi, this is quite hot. I don't think I can lift it. There you go. Pasta with villains and mushrooms. I think you can put it back until we eat, or not. And this is here's dish. Beef with potatoes and veggies. Actually looks better. Bon appetit. And also it turns out that even with the private insurance in Switzerland, the partner can like room in with you and like sleep there. They get the bed but no food, so you have to like order food every day. But yeah, we basically just ate. We took a walk after each meal.
Yeah.
And it was really strange because during the walks, actually the contractions slowed down. Like I almost didn't feel any contractions, although in the room I was having them like every maybe 7 to 15 minutes. The first and the second time we walked, there were pretty much no contractions. But the third time we walked for 10 minutes? Probably we just went around the hospital, and then I had like a really bad contraction and we went back. And other than that, we just watched Netflix. And at some point, yeah, the midwife brought me the yoga ball, so I started bouncing and doing like hip circles and figure eights and whatever. And in the beginning, the ball was also helping, like I wouldn't feel contractions. But at some point, even the ball was not helping. Like the contractions just got worse and worse. And yeah, what was it like? Maybe after dinner, the last 2 hours, I kept telling you like, should I call the midwife to get an epidural, right? Or should I wait? Because we knew that at 9 p.m. I don't know if I said it, but my water broke at like 9:30 p.m. There would be 24 hours, and they would take us in the maternity ward after 24 hours. Labor ward. Yeah. But I think, yeah, the last 2 hours, the contractions were quite strong.
But not frequent enough.
But not frequent enough, yeah. And I could not lie in bed anymore. Like, I think the worst was when I was like lying down, but even walking, they were really painful. So I was spending most of my time on the yoga ball. I don't know if we did anything else significant in the room, actually, right? And then they took us to the labor room at like a bit after 9 or at like 9.
Yeah. And then they checked you manually, and they said 1 finger, right?
Yeah.
So 2 centimeters dilation.
And fully effaced, so like fully thinned the cervix, which was good.
Because you could get epidural.
Because I could get the epidural. Yeah, I don't know, did we do anything between the check? She just went and checked with the doctor. The midwife called the doctor to confirm that she can do the epidural and then started oxytocin. Because after your water breaks here in Switzerland, after 24 hours, they start with oxytocin because the risk of infection grows since there's an opening between the baby and the outside.
They would still do the pills.
The oxytocin, no?
No, they would still do the pills, but
if I
because
wouldn't, yeah, that's true. We didn't talk about it, but basically, normally if your cervix is not dilated enough or like effaced, they give 5 pills, right, every 4 hours, and if that doesn't work, they put I don't remember what it's called.
Balloon.
A balloon, to help the cervix ripen. Yeah. Luckily that was not needed for me, so they could start with oxytocin, but before they start with oxytocin I wanted to get epidural. So we went in the labor room, and the contractions were really hard then though. I was like really doing my 4 breaths in, 6 breaths out, and I was in pain, and actually that's when he started squeezing my hips, right? And that really, really helped during the contractions. And then the anesthesiologist came. Should we stop the white noise?
Okay, Google, stop the white noise.
And the epidural was really fast. Like I had a contraction right before, and then I don't know exactly what he did, but I don't know. He basically put like a needle first, and then.
Yeah, I mean, he calls it the guide, right?
Yeah.
Like very tiny tube in between your spine. Yeah, in your spine. And then they put the plastic tube basically to inject the medicine, and then they take the guide out.
Yeah, and he asked me at some point if I felt an electric shock in my left or right leg, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they give you 3 syringes of something. It was the first dose of anesthetics. I'm not sure if it's the same medicine as they give you with the big bottle. And then after those 3, they hooked up the big bottle and the automatic doser.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was like relatively fast, and then I had the contraction, I think, after he was done, maybe, and he told me that I should already feel the effect of the epidural, that first they reduce the intensity of the, like the intensity that I feel during the contractions, and then they will also reduce it will also reduce the length of the contraction, like in terms of what I feel as a contraction. Was it then that because basically when you get the epidural, you get a button that you can press. I think they said every 40 minutes there will be a dose released.
Yeah.
And I could press a button to get
An extra
dose.
Unless you're overdosed, then it doesn't do anything.
Work anymore.
No.
But it was then that I was using it, right? Not after I was fully dilated, the button.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I used it a couple of times. I don't remember how many times. And then I was like, we actually filmed a little bit in the labor room. Hugh showed the room as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll insert that as well. Shortly before 9, we actually came here. You can film a little bit the labor room. Here will show you the labor room. Is that a pre-labor room?
No, I don't think so.
It's an actual labor room.
I think both of them are labor rooms. Yeah.
And we did another monitoring here. As I said, the baby is still okay. The contractions were a little bit closer together. You can still feel a little bit the contraction. But I reached my limit in terms of pain. So after doing a cervix check, and the nurse said that the cervix was fully effaced, so thinned out and maybe 1 centimeter open already, so I could do the epidural. So we just did an epidural, and in an hour or so we will start with the induction, because it's been 24 hours since my water broke, and I think it's to decrease the risk of infection. They will most probably give me oxytocin, right? We will see. But yeah, that's it for now. We'll see afterwards how it goes. I'm quite tired. I think you're quite tired, so maybe we'll manage to rest a bit. Did I forget anything?
No, but I can give her. It's a pretty old room.
We were planning to use the bath if the cervix was not dilated at all.
You didn't talk about the ball.
I spent a lot of time on the ball, because in the beginning it was working like the walk, like I wasn't having contraction when I was hopping or like doing figure 8 or what do you call them, like hip swings on the ball. But in the last hour and a half it didn't help as much, unfortunately, but still I spent quite a lot of time on the ball. It was quite helpful also to get the baby moving, I think, because quite a lot of amniotic fluid was coming out and I was getting up from the ball. And then we slept.
And then they gave you the oxytocin.
Yeah. Then they started oxytocin, because they waited a little bit for the epidural to take effect. And they started the oxytocin with like 0.15. I don't know what unit that was.
0.15 or 15?
15.
I don't know, milligrams or milliliters per hour.
And the baby was unhappy, right? Like her heart rate was going up or down. I don't know what it was. You remember? Because she
of
didn't.
The contractions.
Yeah, and she didn't increase the dose of oxytocin. Actually, she said she would just keep it like that. And then we slept, right?
And then you slept.
I slept.
I slept a little bit.
It was super cold in the room. I think it was very cold. But yeah, I slept. And I don't know how long did I sleep. 2 hours, maybe an hour.
I mean, the whole thing was like 2 hours, but you slept probably like an hour.
Like an hour. And yeah, afterwards the midwife came and she checked me and I was fully dilated, which was like amazing, because I was scared that going from 2 to 10 centimeters would take like a crazy long time. So yeah, we were really happy about that. She told us that she would call the doctor, and then it's time to get the baby out. So then we got kind of excited. I was shaking before as well. They said that it's the heart pipe pumping the blood. I don't know.
No, they said it's because of the epidural.
Epidural. Yeah, side effect of the epidural.
But the doctor came pretty quickly. And then I think she also checked you, right?
Yeah, she said she would like to check as well, just to confirm that I'm really fully dilated. And she did an ultrasound, right?
Did she do the ultrasound first?
Or they increased
or
the
they
oxytocin?
made you push?
I think, no, because they made me stay on the side first for a bit, right? I think she did an ultrasound to check the position of the baby, and she was, I didn't understand it. Head up or head to the side?
Yeah.
In any case, not the way they wanted it. I think they wanted the head to be facing down. So they asked me to lie on my left side.
Yeah.
So I did that for half an hour, and they increased the oxytocin to 30.
Yeah.
And that's when the contractions kind of got messed up, because before they were very regular, both intensity and frequency. I could see on the chart, I could not feel them anymore. But yeah, then they got kind of like all over the place.
Then they increased to also 45.
45, yeah.
Maybe because after 30, they didn't really reach the
enough,
level. Yeah.
It was not enough. Yeah.
But 45 didn't change anything. Yeah.
And we did that for maybe like 20-30 minutes, right? And yeah, I don't remember the rest so well. Then the doctor came, or?
Then doctor came. I think she checked again, and she said that she can feel the head of the baby, and she asked you to push just once, and just the top of her head. Some skin with hair was already out, so she said that she could see the head, and then said that whenever you are ready, you can start pushing.
And I remember that for the first contraction, I could feel a pressure down in the bottom, and they said that that's good because that will help me know when to push. So in the first, the first time she asked me to push, I tried to breathe and it was too slow, right?
Yeah.
And then she said to try something else, and I held my breath and pushed, and I said, okay, that's good. So in the first contraction, nothing happened, right?
I mean, the head was a little bit out, but it was not nearly enough.
And then in the second contraction?
And the second contraction, I think like half of her head was out.
Yeah. She also
and she said that, it will be the last time for the third contraction. And then
nothing happened in the third, right?
Third contraction, it didn't happen either. Maybe it was a bit more than half of the head, but not all the head. Then at the fourth contraction, she said, this time for sure it will be the last time. And then the head was out.
Oh, you're not happy with the story?
Bad memories.
And I just remember the doctor being like, oh, you're not even out and you're already crying, but I wasn't seeing her. But she was crying, right?
She was crying, yeah.
And then she told me that at the next push, when she tells me to stop, I should stop. So I think that I pushed, and then she told me to stop, and I guess just the contraction pushed the rest of her body out, or was her body already out?
I think she was also helping her to come out, the doctor.
Like manually?
Yeah.
And then she was out, and I just remember the doctor being like, oh, aren't you getting up to take her? Because I was like, I don't even remember.
I think she said, do you want to hold her? And you said yes. And then she's like, okay, then go ahead, or something like that. And you had to bend down and grab her.
I was also on my back during the pushes, and they asked her to hold my neck, right, to help me push, and I could support my legs on the midwife and on the and on her and on the other midwife at some point, because I was holding on to the doctor, and then she asked the one that was taking care of the baby. And then we met her. She was quite low on me because she was still connected with the umbilical cord, and I could not see her, so I asked her to take a picture of her. I'm gonna insert, because we have a picture, like a selfie, the three of us, and then also a picture of her face. I asked her to take a picture so that I can see what she looks like, and I asked her, who does she look like, and he said, like you. And then you cut the umbilical cord, right?
They let her stay on you a little bit so that she gets the blood from the umbilical cord, and then they put 2 clips, and then I cut in between.
And it wasn't as hard as people said, because some people told him he needs 2 hands to cut the umbilical cord. And then I guess just with the contractions, the doctor got the placenta out, which came in one piece, which was good. Here saw the placenta.
Yeah, nothing special.
They asked me if I want to see
organ.
it, but it was already like in the trash, so I was like, no, it's okay. Afterwards I was kind of like losing blood, so they started, since I had a really good epidural, they took advantage of it, so they started pushing a bit on my uterus. Like the doctor did an ultrasound, and she checked and she saw that the uterus is clean. There were just a couple of like clots, or blood clots, right? Small circles, dark circles.
Happen? I don't remember ultrasound. No.
Yeah, she did an ultrasound. It was like an empty uterus, no? No. You were probably with the baby already by that point. But she did that, and she kept like pushing on my uterus to get blood out. The midwife also did that, and then in the end they gave me 3 pills. I don't even know what pills they were, because I was super confused. I thought it's for like the next day, but she meant like to take them on the spot to, I guess, coagulate the blood, to make the blood coagulate. You also don't remember that part?
No.
I think you were with the baby, but then I'm like mixing up the timelines, because we had some time with the baby, the 2 of us, probably at least an hour, no?
In the labor room? Yeah.
And they told us that whenever the baby is like taking her tongue out and stuff like that, we can ask them to come to help us latch her. And she did start taking her tongue out.
No.
A little bit, no?
No, but we were in the pre-labor room. Like they took us to the other room for latching. No,
but also in the main room we tried to feed her. Yeah. No, we called her before they weighed her and everything.
No, we called them to put clothes on the baby.
It doesn't matter. But at some point they took her with the midwife, and they weighed and measured her.
Yeah. That was right after she was born.
Yeah. And she was 3.456 kilos? 465 kilos and 50 centimeters. And they taught you how to dress her there, right?
How to put on a diaper.
How to put on a diaper.
And how to dress her,
and he cut the dry umbilical cord as well.
Yeah.
That was tough, right? You said.
Yeah, it took me 2-3 strokes.
I think that is when they were taking the... That is when they were taking the blood out and giving me pills, when she was with her, to get weighed and measured and dressed. And I remember that I tried breastfeeding also in the... Let's move her. Let's switch. And then we can continue. Did we do anything else in the maternity room?
Labor.
In the labor room?
No, we stayed, I don't know if it was half an hour. She was on you, naked. And then they came and they asked if you want to put on clothes. And we said yes. Then we put on clothes and then they moved us to the other room.
And there we had the best nap. Oops. Oh. We took a little nap, just the three of us, in the bed, which was the best. And she finally ate a bit, right?
Yeah, I mean she latched. We don't know if she got anything.
Yeah, I don't know if I had any colostrum at that point. But yeah, we were there. So she was born, we didn't mention, she was born at 1:52 a.m. and we were in that room until like 6, 7?
I would say 4 or 5.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
Okay. At some point, yeah, the midwife just came and took us back to the maternity ward. But yeah, basically before we left the labor area, they just made sure that I can pee basically, and they removed all the cables from the epidural. They just left like a band-aid where I had the needle, and yeah, that was pretty much it, right? The rest is history. We will do some other videos talking about like the first week with her and some tips and tricks on some postpartum things, some things that I tried for like sore nipples, milk regulation, everything about tearing. I had a degree 2 tearing. Right after I gave birth, the doctor said that it's a small tear, like degree 1, but the second day when she came and visited us, she told us that it's a degree 2, which means that it's like the skin around the perineum, and she said that it's shallow muscle tear. But yeah, I will talk more about that in another video. We also need to say the name of the baby. So her name is Sarah Arwen. Arwen because you may or may not have watched all the Lord of the Rings movies, like 5 to 10 times each. But yeah, it's...
Yeah, but you also like the name.
Yeah, we both like the name. So yeah, this is Sarah Arwen. She came on the 24th. Oh, you wanna introduce yourself? Huh? Oh. She came on the 24th of January 2024 at 1:52 a.m. 3.465 kilos, and right now she's more than 3.84, and she's 11 days in. Actually, when she was 9 days in, she was already that much. So she's doing well, she's eating well, I'm recovering well, and yeah, we are really grateful for this birth experience. Anything else that you want to add? But yeah, then that's it from us. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave us a comment down below. Let us know how your birth experience went, or if you have any questions. I just feel like I don't know how to say this, but like there are a lot of videos online about like fully unmedicated birth experiences, and I think that it really helped me have those 24 hours unmedicated, and with walks and with yoga ball. I think that really helped ripen the cervix and helped me dilate, because the midwife seemed quite surprised that I was already at that stage, and then I also dilated to 10 centimeters really quickly. But in the end, no matter how you birth your child, if it's induced, if you take an epidural or any other type of pain relief, if it's vaginal or planned or emergency C-section. The important thing is that they come into the world healthy and that you are doing well. And yeah, every birth story is a valid one. But let us know down in the comments how your birth story went, or if you have any questions. And thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye! I cannot, well, I'll try to wave.